for the challenge, and we also value the fact that you made it to the top 30. And not just valuing it, we are very, very hopeful that more beneficial relationships would come out of this, because what we do is beyond just making a challenge. There are a couple of other things we do. So haven't put your hands to the plow. We're very hopeful that partaking in this project for you wasn't just about the money. As far as we're concerned, the money is actually significant. But what you've contributed, it's what's most important. So we wanted to have this chat. Because this is online, we won't want to spend too much time because data, it's counting. But this is the welcome to the new world. Welcome to the post-COVID world where online, a lot of things are going online, and a lot of these kind of works are going to be happening online. So we appreciate every one of you being here. Okay, so one of the first things we want to do is to meet you. You know, we got to meet a lot of you through your handles, you know, but I'm beginning to see some of your real names, some names that may not even still be real here. But we're getting to express your real name. So I would want to, I want us to just start by doing a little introduction. Just let us know who you are, where you're joining from. I mean, talking about what state you're in, not really what state you're from. Okay. Or you can actually state what state you're from and where you're joining from. If you're in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, anywhere, you let us know. And then what do you do? Are you a filmmaker? Are you an actor? Whichever. So it's just a short introduction, but it's important. So your name, what state you're from, where you are, or your place of residence, and then what you do, you know, as a person. So we'll start. I think the first person on my list here is Adeni. From the top. I don't know how it is on your screen, but from my own screen, Adeni is the person on top. So let's
All right, begin. Can I go now?
Yes, Adeni, you can.
Okay, my name is Adeni Yoshibamo. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a writer. I edit, and like I said, I script write, I edit, I cinematograph, and I direct as well. I'm joining you guys from Cotonou in Benin Republic.
Oh, that's nice. Adeni, which one was your film?
Domestic violence. I didn't really give it a title.
Okay, okay, it was on domestic violence.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, nice. All right, thank you very much, Adeni, for joining us. Next person.
Welcome.
I'm seeing on your screen is Luxin.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Aluko Rebecca Taiwo. I'm a cinematographer, and I'm joining from Ilesha, Osun State.
Wow, that's nice. Female cinematographers, I think they are my delight too.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to have you on board.
Same.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, Judith, you're next.
My name is Judith Nosiri, and I'm a student from the University of Port Harcourt studying theatre and film studies. I'm joining from Port Harcourt.
Oh, nice. Nice to have you, Judith. What's your own film on?
On domestic violence.
Domestic violence, okay. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Marvelous.
Hello. All right, good day. I hope you can hear me.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you, but when you come in, just mute your mic. Meina, Desmond, mute your mic. If you're not talking, mute your mic. If you're not talking, mute your mic. Okay, Marvelous.
All right, I am Marvelous Martin. I graduated from the University of Port Harcourt, even though what I studied wasn't film, that's geology. But currently I'm running a program at Lagos as a filmmaker. I'm specializing in directing. And the film I did was Streets.
Okay, Street. Yeah, I remember Street very well. Okay, good to have you, Marvelous. Well, myself, I didn't study film from school. I studied chemical engineering in 2005. So we're one of those lost breeds too. Yeah, so this is
Nice.
passion. It's beyond what we studied in school. Nice to have you. Okay, let's go to Ify Chooks.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ifi Chooks. Officially known as Concord Chukudi.
Okay.
I'm from Delta State and I reside in Delta State.
Okay.
I'm a filmmaker and I entered for the challenge on rape. The title is XY of rape.
Okay.
The one with the diagram, XY, and all
you're
that.
Mr. XY from point X to point Y. All right. Nice to have you, Chooks. Well done.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to you, Femi. Femi Labi.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Femi Labi. I'm a filmmaker. So my submission was on rape. That's Kill the Monster. That's the,
Okay, yeah, Kill the Monster.
yeah. So yes,
Okay.
yeah, that's the submission.
That's the film. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
from Ibadan. Yeah, from Oyo State, Ibadan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Femi, for joining us.
Yes,
Zainab.
thank you.
All right, Zainab, let's hear you. Yeah, Zainab, it's your turn.
Okay, hi. My name is Zainab. I'm from Kogi State, but I reside in Abuja.
Okay.
I presently just passed out POP NYSS. So
Okay.
my monologue was on rape.
Rape. Okay. I remember your monologue very well. Well done. Thanks for joining us, Zainab. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kingsley.
Thank you.
All right, Kingsley.
All right. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Kingsley Wamba. I'm from Abia State, but I presently reside in Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. So I'm a cinematographer too. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an actor, a writer, and probably I do a little bit of lighting too, if the need arises. So what my entry was Cyrene. That was my entry. Thank you very much.
Okay, so Kingsley, we can just say you are Nollywood because you do everything. Nice to have you on board.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Desmond. Desmond. Desmond, can you hear us? Okay, we have to wrap up this introduction quickly, so we'll go into other things. So we'll go to Meina. Meina, you can take the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Meina. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Akmina from Borno, but I is in Kaduna. I am a filmmaker and an actor. I entered competition on domestic violence.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Meina. Galaxy, let's hear you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Meina. Galaxy. Okay, Galaxy, can you hear us? Okay, let's get to Techno. This is Techno POP3.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Miss Valentina Ifil.
Okay.
I'm from Koshiva, based Abuja, a thespian. My submission was on images. On rape. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that images, the one that is scattering your head. Thank you for entering and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay,
Sir.
Philip. Philip, let's go.
Everyone.
Hi.
I'm Miss Valentina Ifio.
Okay.
I'm from Koshiva, based in Abuja, a thespian.
Okay, so, okay, Galaxy, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Galaxy, go.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my name is Omeni Henry Osaudion.
Okay.
I'm a filmmaker. I direct.
Okay.
I act.
Okay.
I basically, sir, I do almost everything as an indie filmmaker, actually.
Yeah, I get that word. Indie
Then
filmmaker, yeah.
I am based in Port Harcourt right now.
Okay.
I'm from Edo State.
Okay.
And my entry was on rape. The title the title Thoughts, sorry.
Thoughts. Okay, yeah, I remember Thoughts very well. Okay, let's go to Philip has spoken, right? Philip.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Philip Oyeleye.
Yeah.
And I am a filmmaker, but mostly I'm a scriptwriter.
Okay.
And I'm an actor.
Okay.
I love, but passionate, I'm kind of developing passion for cinematography too, but don't really do. I'm still considering the aspect. So my entry was on.
The gods have seized your voice.
I can hear yours. I can hear yours now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I said my name is Philip Oyeleye. I'm an actor, a film scriptwriter, and a filmmaker. I basically reside in Ogun State.
Okay.
I reside in Ogun State, and my entry is on the theme 15 naira. 15.
Now you police one key. All right. Thanks for joining. Joshua, let's hear from you.
Good day, sir. Good day, everybody.
Yeah.
My name is Joshua Ali. I'm from Kogi State. I live in Abuja, and I graduated from like an accounting institution, but I found passion in filmmaking. Yeah. So my entry was domestic violence with the girl, with the small girl, from small girl's perspective.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and her parents.
Basically, I'm more of a cinematographer, but because of the competition, I had to write my script, had to do everything basically, apart from acting. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Nice having you. Jasmine Apple. Jasmine had refused to show us her face, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, she's back. Let's hear you, Jasmine.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon.
My name is Dami Odejimi Damlola. I'm calling in from Lagos State. I'm from Ogun State, and I'm a cinematographer, a director. But most of the time, I act out my script because it's hard. Because of Corona, it's hard to get people to act them out for you. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah, my entry was on rape. The one of don't teach me what to wear. Teach the boys not to stare.
Teach to stare. Don't teach me what to wear. Teach the boys not to stare. I remember that very well. Nice having you on board, Jasmine. Okay, Ebonoluwa.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ebonoluwa. I am a student of Babcock University. I'm from Osun State, but I reside in Lagos State. And my entry was on domestic violence. I was the person.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice having you, Ebonoluwa. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Olabode, it's your turn.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Otin Olabode. I'm a student of University of Lagos Civil Engineering, and then I live in Lagos State. My submission was on the film Rape.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm an upcoming cinematographer and filmmaker, basically.
Okay. All right. You're welcome, Olabode. Okay, so we have Shane here and Antonia. Those are the last two persons we have at the moment. So Shane, you want to introduce yourself? Chika, you want to introduce yourself? Okay, I think they are still just trying to settle in. We can pick up with other things. Okay, so basically, one of the major reasons we wanted to have this chat, like I said, wanted to get to know you a little more. We're going to still have more of these conversations subsequently, but we wanted to meet the filmmakers who made this film. I mean, we set out to make a challenge, and the reason is we wanted to key our voices, just like the title says, raise a voice. We wanted to raise our voice to conversations in our society. And we set out with this challenge, the Raise a Voice Challenge. We wanted 20 finalists in the grand finale, but we ended up with 30. And there's only one reason for that. When we looked at it, some of the films that came in, some of your films, some of your monologues, they were just too good for us to let go. So we wanted to meet the people who made this stuff, because the grand finale won't give us that opportunity where so many people will be joining from everywhere. So we wanted to meet you, have this talk with you, and also share a little of your perspective together. I know 1 minute isn't enough for you to make the kind of film you would want to make. After now, I would be sharing with us a little about the foundation itself, the Film for Impact Foundation. But at this point, what I really would want to open for us to have a little chat, maybe for the next 10 minutes, we just want to chat about these conversations. How is it from your end? The things we're dealing with are rape, domestic violence, police brutality, corruption, and accountability. Let's not even touch corruption, because if you go in what's happening in the country currently, in fact, some of my mentors are even thinking of running away from the country. That's how bad it is. But we want to just have conversations on a few of these things. We wouldn't have all the time. When we go post the event on Saturday, we'll have more time because we'll be running a training subsequently. So we'll have more time for all that. But we just want to have a little chat about it. You can pick any of the topic. You can say anything on any of them, whether it's rape, domestic violence, police brutality, corruption, and accountability. We just want to share a little thoughts with you. How is it from your end? How is it from the states where you are? How is it? How do people around you perceive it? And most importantly, how can we overcome this thing? The whole essence of you making the film or a monologue is we don't just want to talk about the problem, but at this point, some people may be investing so much time entertaining themselves everywhere, but people like you, people like I, like myself, we should be thinking more than entertaining ourselves or entertaining people. We should be thinking more of how we can use our craft and what we can do to create, change. So you have contributed to this conversation, and that's why we want to still hear from you. So the floor is open. Whichever of the things you want to talk on briefly, I mean, within the space of say 20, 30 seconds, you can say something so someone else can have a time slot to say something. So I open the floor. So should you want to say a thing, maybe there's a way to raise your hand in this stuff, but if you raise, I can call you. So who wants to go first? If I ask who wants to take 1 million first now, I can assure you that all the hands will be up. All right, so someone should build a car.
Yep, hello.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Femi.
Okay, Femi, all right, good.
Yeah, all right, thank you for this opportunity. Recently in Oyo State, even around this pandemic period.
Okay, sorry for cutting you, Femi. I just want to add so that when anybody is talking, Now, very importantly, when we're saying whatever we're saying, we're also not just saying these things, we're also looking at how each of our crafts, we can use it to achieve a better stuff. Because some of the things you did were just so beautiful. But we want to see how we can, leverage on things like this. So as you make the contribution, peradventure you can chip, if you can chip how you think we can use this to create that better change. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. So in Oyo State, and from the capital city of Ibadan, recently, especially during this pandemic era, there has been a lot of rape issues, which there are speculations about, people being used for rituals. That it's not just about sexual urge, but also transits to issue of money rituals. So most especially in one of the local governments in Oyo State, Akinyele, whereby every week we have cases of rape. So before the challenge came up, I went about writing a short film. It was about 10 minutes, and what I have in the submission was actually the end part of the whereby the suspect has to be killed by the victim. So about our craft, how we can actually use the craft to address the issue of rape, corruption, and Think for Impact has actually called the action, like something that filmmakers, story writers, can do something about to actually address, orientate the public on how we can put end to these issues in our community. So basically, we are the voice that the community can listen to. Rather than just entertainment, we can use this craft to teach, to give better orientation about how people can adjust to whatever challenges is in our community. So I think that's my submission for now.
All right, thank you very much, Femi. Thank you very much. Okay.
Hello.
All right, yeah. Okay, so who's going next?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Okay, Anthony.
Sir.
Okay, please. Everybody, if you're not talking off your mic, someone is shouting from someone's mic. Okay, so Anthony, you've not introduced yourself, so you introduce yourself and then you speak.
Okay, you said I will introduce myself and?
Yes, normally we do an introduction, your name,
okay.
Your name, your state, where you're joining us from.
Okay.
And finally, what do you do? As in, are you a filmmaker? Are you an actor? Let's know.
All right. My name is Anthony Wahiri. I'm from the States, and I currently live in Lagos. I'm an actor and also a lifesaver. I work with Lifesaver. It's a web online kind of a
Okay, sorry, hold on. Adeojo, please, Adeojo, Samson, off your mic. Samson, off your mic. Techno, K7, off your mic, so we don't get disruption. Thank you, Samson. Okay, so Anthony, sorry, continue.
Sorry?
Okay, I wanted Samson and to off his
Ayo. Come on, mute my.
Yes. Okay, it's off, Samson. Thank you. All right, Anthony, go on.
Yeah, my name is Anthony Wahiri. I'm from Imo State, and I currently live in Lagos.
Okay.
And I'm an actor and also a lifesaver. Right? Like an online kind of like a first aid kind of.
Okay.
So my entry I did on police violence in Nigeria. A couple of times
like because of these beards I've seen some people who complain like, the way they harassed me, the way they did this to me. And me, I was kind of like, I was scared. In me, I was like, God, I pray I don't encounter such people. So unluckily for me, one day I was coming back from an audition, because normally you go with a file which contains your picture and some certain documents that they might require there at the venue. So as I was coming back, I encountered them. Immediately I saw them, fear gripped me. Not knowing what I did, he just told me, follow me to the boss. I followed them to their boss. What do you do for a living? I'm an actor. It's a lie. You are one of these fraudsters. I said, how? Okay, check. You checked, and you checked everything. You checked my phone. You saw everything. And I was like, why this continuous harassment? And he told me, you get mad to the talk, put you into the van. Put you into the van, before you can know what's happening, you got there. They say you should write statement for what you don't know and all. So what I did there was what I have witnessed. And I see a way that my country can, help. Because I'm not trying to do that for the fun of it. I'm trying to do it because I don't want others to fall victim to it. Normally, most youths are scared. Most youths have lost their lives who actually had nothing to do with anything as a crime. Just seeing them come down from their car like this, some people are scared. Some people walking at night, probably coming back late at night, you can be a victim. They just tell you, enter inside the bus, bail yourself. So the only thing I want our government to do is, please, let us live in fear every day. We've been living in fear for too long in the hands of the criminals. So how come should we be also scared of the law enforcement agent? They should help us. We the youth, okay, most times everybody has their right to look good, not to look indecent. I can't be working. If I am looking indecent, quite all right, fine. But you can't judge me because of the way I keep a particular style, like maybe keeping a beard. Doesn't make me look like a fraudster. Some people have made mistakes in their life by maybe drawing tattoos, but now they can't clean it anymore. But when you see them, you still think that they're into that kind of lifestyle. It's wrong. So we are trying to look for a way now that the government can help us. It's not something that we alone can say, okay, fine, let's carry placard and say we want no more killing, we want no more wrong accusations. It won't work that way. We need the government to come into this matter, help us. If need be, let there be proper investigation before they are taking somebody. It's not about dropping, because I see most of the time, if you're being harassed, call this number. It's not about calling the number. What about what's happening before I call the number? I was like, okay, when I was dropping down from their boss, I said, please, sir, can I know your name? I know the man told me, he said, for what? What do you want to use my name for? And he zoomed off. They don't have their tags. So how do we know all these things? So the only way we can do this is if the government have stations, they have a station post whereby wherever anything is happening, you can reach out and say, sir, this is what's happening. I did nothing and did this. I did nothing like this. Why did you realize? And also let us have good people that when they're on the road, they are for the good and not for the evil. So this is all I can say, sir. Thank you.
Wow.
Can I be next, please?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anthony. That was a brilliant one. Okay. The next person is going to speak now. There's a question that is very, very important. Very important. I know that as every one of us were here, the truth is in your heart, there's something you feel. And every war, every battle is won from the mind. Any battle you lose in your mind, you lose that battle physically. That's the truth. Okay, so psychologically, there's this saying that psychologically the Nigerian youth have lost interest in the country based on some of the things we are mentioning here. The gateway question we need to answer is how? Is it possible for these things to be achieved? If it's possible, how? Because when you do a short film, when you do any of these things, if we don't know the how, we will just be either just complaining about the problem or talking, but we won't be. It's just like when you're using a nail that has a blunt edge, you can't really achieve your purpose. But if it's a nail that is with a sharp edge, that is purposeful, it will achieve something. So if anything, because what you just stated now, Anthony, is very, very strong. Okay, so as we're talking, let's address the how. How can we do this stuff? How is it possible? That's one question. Somebody just said with what's happening with it's not possible finish. Most of us, I mean, as we day here now, if they release like say 10 passports, we will kill ourselves to collect that passport to Canada, US, wherever.
True talk, sir. I go run. Me personally, Anthony will run.
Do you get? So why are we running? We're running because something is really, really bad. But the question we must be asking ourselves is it possible? If it's possible, how is it possible? All right, so the next speaker.
Okay, can I talk now?
Yes, Philip, you can.
Okay, it is very, very much possible. It is very much possible. Of course, I believe that every situation starts with a person. The corruption we're talking about started with one person. So if the good we start with the person too. So I believe it is possible for a better Nigeria, but some set of people needs to kickstart it. Just like the gospel, Jesus started it first, then he passed it to the 12, then like that, like that, like that. So I believe that at every point, a person must stand to give a new orientation, to lead the way, for others to follow. So how can we achieve this as a filmmaker is that I do say something that the filmmakers has the most powerful tool because we have media as the powerful tool. I did something on police brutality. Police brutality, policemen, people generally, they go back to their house after the work to sit down with their TV to see, what is going on and hear what is going on. So I believe we have the most powerful tool, to relay this message and show them the right way. Just like when I watched this movie, If I'm President, I was so inspired that I believed that a new Nigerian can come up. So if I can see a movie like that and it totally changed my mentality and gave me courage, means that movie must have inspired a lot of people and it can transform lives too. So I believe that we can do this we as a filmmaker, through emphasizing on these things, by our trade, using our trade, making sure that they see the wrongs, making sure they see the benefit of having a better community, having a better society.
Okay, thank you very much.
Living, and letting them understand that this is not just about them themselves. It's not just about the action itself. The action spreads. So if someone starts doing good now, before we know it, it will start spreading. Before we know it, starts spreading. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Philip. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Can I have my view?
Yeah, I heard the lady's voice. Kinsley, say ladies
okay.
first.
That's me.
Okay, I've been raising my hand. Yes, I've been raising mine.
Same here.
Thank you, Judith.
Yes, Judith. Judith wants to speak. Let's hear Judith.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so I'm presenting what's his name? That's Imagery. I was the actor in Shalewa. Yes.
Yeah,
okay, so I wrote the script, and I'd like to say filmmakers that's a big advantage of molding the society. I'd like to start with that. So I don't know, a lot of people are ignoring the fact that rapists, they come from a home. And if there's no better foundation for them to be groomed, just like domestic violence, when we have an environment where children are being brought up in a domestic violence, an abused family, an abused marriage, I don't know, let me not get myself wrong. So I just wanted to point out the fact that it's okay to live an abusive marriage. It's okay. Because rapists, they are being brought up from homes. And if we don't point this out, we would not be able to stop the problems in the society. And as filmmakers, we have the opportunity to highlight these problems and create awareness. So it's our job to create awareness. I'm only a student, I'm an actor, but I think I have an idea of how filmmakers should go about in stopping and putting out the fact that we can make the society better by creating films that talks on the problems of the country. I don't know. So that's just what I have to say. And hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Judith, we got you. Yes.
Okay, so that's just all I have to say. I just feel we should start by making films to create awareness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Judith. Thank you.
Okay, can I say something?
Sorry, can I add something to what she said?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Can I chip into what she's saying?
Yes, Anthony, you can chip in.
Okay. Sorry to say this. Sir, the film industry, as we all know, they have a bigger role to play. You understand, in getting to the minds of the people. Yeah. But I think it's not something we can do alone. Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
It's not something we can do alone. Because if we have to check this now, it's okay now. For example, I was looking at, there was somebody sentenced to, for life imprisonment for raping a 2-year-old child. I don't know if you saw the story.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
Leonard just sits in the house and watch a movie. Do you understand me? Everybody has a role to play. What are the roles? We have to make use of every media. We have the radio, we have the TV, and maybe the internet if per se. Now, most of these people now who are falling victims to this, if you check them very well, most of them, if I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, you quote me well, if there are 100 in numbers, like 70 are people who are non-learned. They are not that learned to what they are doing. They are not that learned. The man who raped, the guys who killed the girl in church, I've been following their stories from time to time and everything. But where am I coming from now is this. Okay, now I was able to see a story whereby a police, like call it itching trigger finger, shot somebody cold-blooded on the streets of Lagos. So what am I trying to say is this: we don't just have to say this. It's something that when we do this, where do our movies go to? Do they get to the right people? He talked about, someone talked about a movie, If I Am President. Now, that movie now has been around for like 2-3 months, or maybe a year plus, I don't know. That movie now has meant to have hit somewhere. But let's ask ourselves these questions. Why are they not hitting where they are meant to hit? Why are we not getting the impact? This is not the first time people have been talking about rape. This is not the first time people are talking about domestic violence. This is not the first time people are talking about police brutality. This is not the first time we're talking about corruption. So what I'm trying to say is that, sir, if only, it's not about the movie sector now we should be talking about. We have to use every sector within our powers to be able to achieve this goal we're talking about.
Okay.
Because it's not the movie.
Can I chip in something?
Can I say something, sir?
Can I say something? Oh,
I want to talk.
Okay, is this? Okay, yeah, that's Techno 3, TOP 3.
Okay, to what he just said, I think not everyone has access to social media, and not everyone also has, let me say, television in their homes or radios to listen to. And not everyone spend most times at home to watch TV when our movies or our plays might be aired. So I think locally organized programs would also help. Like it will get to the real minds. You know, most of them are always outside. Most of them are based on they stay on an uncompleted building. So there is a place you can take all these locally organized programs to. They'll come out to watch, and then they'll get the picture of what we are trying to say. They'll see the pain, the hurt the guilt that their abusers are living with. So let's not just put it only on social media. Let's not just take it only to the television and radio. Let's take it out there to the streets. This is how we can get to everybody. My opinion, Joe.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, let me just say something.
I see something, sir.
Okay, so okay, let's hear Zainab. Let's hear Zainab.
I've been raising my hand since.
Okay, Adeyemi, once Zainab is done, Adeyemi, you speak.
Want to say something?
Then if he chooks. Let's start with
thank you.
Zainab, then we'll go to Adeyemi, then if he chooks, we'll speak.
Okay, can I speak now?
Yeah, Zainab, you can.
Okay, so thank you very much for this avenue, by the way. My inspiration was born out of necessity, of becoming overwhelmed by the frightening increase in rape cases, personal experiences of close friends, out of being tired of watching this impunity grow so fast daily. I specifically concentrated on the issue of blame game because indirectly most of us in the society partake in that unconsciously, and this only worsens the narrative of rape by taking away the blame from this perpetrator, then sharing the blame, like shifting the blame to this victim.
Yes, I agree with you.
I did a little research, and based on a 4% actually ladies. And it is disheartening that 47%, almost 50% of people identified indecent dressing as a cause of rape. Like, that was totally disheartening, and it's totally sexist. Such allegations stem up from the assumption that sexually revealing clothes convey consent, and this is totally appalling. Like, it's totally wrong. And I think that there needs to be incident awareness to make people understand that, to change their mindset of this narrative, that if you don't have anything good to say, you might as well just keep quiet, don't say anything, because you shifting the blame from this victim to the assailant, it indirectly makes you a rape apologist. Funny enough, we have so many rape apologists in our society and they don't even know they're rape apologists. So we need to understand that there is nothing humorous about rape. It is an animalistic, it's an evil act. Why would an individual who is of sane mind delude themselves to commit such animalistic and heinous crime? So I went as far as talking about that cutting these people's private would not stop this if we as a society don't come to the understanding that, one, no one ever wants to be raped, no one ever wants to be sexually assaulted. And we should also understand, also from the pool, I also noticed that 49%, almost 50% of people who carry out the male assailant are actually within the age of 18 to 35. From that, I understood that this 18, when we say 18, that is a new, should I say a new adult? This individual is already moving out of the house, is already probably in tertiary institution. These people are now carrying out their deluded evil fantasies they've had right from when they were kids. So it means that as parents, society, brothers, sisters, we have a lot to do. It's not just now. Let us now go back to the own that people keep talking about female children. When a guy does something bad, they'll be like, he's a man now. What I like, that is so annoying. It pisses me off a lot.
Okay.
It means that they are focusing. It means that sexes are not treated the same way, and then we then end up having men who are deluded out there walking around, passing around looking for their next victim. So I feel like maybe in schools, primary down to tertiary institutions, they should inculcate, like when we have gender assemblies, they talk about menstrual flows and stuff. Why not include topics of rape? Teach these children from primary schools to down to secondary schools, down to things that happens. And like having parent-teachers meeting, we should talk to our parents. We should have one-on-one conversations with each other, because one way or the other, when these children, from when they are little, you start to notice these things in them. Notice how they behave when they are watching movies, things where they see people kissing, or where they see, or things that they say, things that they do to themselves. Like, just try and secretly watch your kids, how they react when they are playing with their or the opposite sex, and you get to realize that as a family, as parents, as siblings, we have to do a lot to help make our men better. Because I don't know why, but this year the cases have been, it's been scary. It's been a lot.
Yeah, you're right.
It's been so much. The one that broke my heart the most was the little 2-year-old girl in Lagos whose mom saw her neighbor having a sexual relation with her, and when the woman was interviewed, she went on and was saying it's the girl's fault. Honestly, I actually shed tears that day. How can you say it's the fault of a 2-year-old? I don't understand.
Zainab,
Zainab,
if we keep going, these topics we're dealing with, they are heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
They are heart-wrenching. If you start talking about them, if you start talking about them, you're just not going to go.
Right.
That's the truth. They are really, really
Can I have a
heart-wrenching. Okay.
Can I have a word?
Okay, so
So it's supposed to be.
So it's supposed to be Adeni.
It's supposed to be Adeni, right? So whose mic is on? Okay, if you're not talking, please off your mic so we don't get those interruptions. Okay, Ifi Chooks.
Okay, Adeni is talking now.
Okay, Adeni, okay, go ahead.
Right, no.
Adeni.
I'll give it to local agent and give them.
Okay.
Huh? I don't go.
Anthony, off your mic.
My own entry focused on.
Adeni, go on.
Can I go now?
Yes.
Yes, my entry focused on domestic violence, and what I noticed is domestic violence basically talks about family. I believe every human being out there, we all come out of the family like that. And then what we call norm is we kind of generate it from our family. Whatever our father shows us, whatever our mother shows us while we're growing up, that's what we see as the normal thing. Now, in a family whereby domestic violence is rampant, when a child grows up and sees his dad beating his mom, or vice versa, he or she thinks that this is kind of the norm in the society. Family plays a key role in the reaction and the behavior of every man. So I felt that's one of the reasons why I went ahead to choose domestic violence. And then a partner that has been a victim, they tend to feel they need to endure because probably it's love does this, love endures pain. So they wouldn't want to speak out until maybe death. So one of the reasons why I decided, like, it's not being loved. It's not love does not go violent. Love does not accept or encourage violence. The moment violence comes into play, please speak up. Please speak up. That's just my own take.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much,
my turn.
Please, can I go?
Yeah, so it's Ifi Chooks. It's Ifi Chooks. After Ifi Chooks, that's mine.
Yes.
Please, can I add something also?
No, let's get Ifi Chooks. Okay,
All right.
Mayna, let's get Ifi Chooks first.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Once again.
Okay.
I love this topic, and I like to air my view from the point of my theme. Everything everyone has said today has been very wonderful. You want to get a theme, bring it down to the minds or to the minds of everyone in the house. No matter how much we do all of these things, no matter how much we preach about these things, everything still boils down to the power of the mind. Just like my theme, I said that the act of rape stands to the point X, the corporate, travels through a line of thoughts and all of that. So for every action a man does or anyone does in earth starts from the mind. And if we are able to renew our mind, just like the Bible says, that when we renew our mind, then we have all of us these things false. So the mind is just one important thing that if everyone on earth, we have that clean mind, okay,
Please,
you
if
don't
you're
need to
not
do this,
talking,
you
if
don't
you're
need
not
to
talking
rape, you
off
don't need
your
to
mic, if you're not
abuse
talking
anyone
off your mic.
sexually. So if we have this mindset that we are not supposed to abuse our fellow man and woman sexually, or even the police brutality, we should not live a life of corruption. The mind is the center of everything. No matter how we do this to bring down the media, the power of media into this, whatsoever. Once the
Sorry,
mind
Black Magic
is
and Galaxy,
corrupt,
off your mics, please. Black Magic and Galaxy X8, off your mics. Thank you. Sorry, Ivy Chooks, go on.
okay, so like I said, the power of the mind is just one important thing. No matter how well we try to make these campaigns, we bring the films down to them to the audience. We use the power of media, we use the power of films, we use whatsoever to stop rape, to stop brutality, corruption, and what of you. Once a man's mind is made up, and there's nothing you can do about it. So my wish and my prayer is that everyone on earth will have this clear mind. The Bible says the renewal of the mind. Create in me a clean heart, O Lord, and renew a right spirit within me. If everyone of us have this mind, then we are good to go.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Before Jasmine will come in. Now, Ivy Chooks, let me say this. What you've said is very, very important, because everything is the mind. Once your mind, anything you settle in your mind, you can't become very difficult to change. Okay. But see, like the work we do, we're also learning what is called behavioral science. Now, behavioral science teaches you the whys. Why do people act the way they do?
The way they do.
Once you know that, if you know why people act the way they do, you now begin to profile solution. In other words, you begin to create alternatives. Now, you are not better ways to help people change behavior, because it's possible to change. Now, but that change is in their mind. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, sir.
So addressing what they are doing. If you keep shouting on police brutality, keep shouting on rape, keep doing, no, you are not, you are dealing with the fruit. You are not going to the root.
Yeah.
So behavioral science teaches us to go to the root, find the root causes of those things, and begin to address the root causes. To address the root causes, the tree becomes pure. It will produce good fruit. Do you understand? So whenever we're talking to people,
that's
kind
very
of
true.
stuff, and it's their mind, if you don't address that behavior, okay, you're addressing attitude, you're not addressing behavior. When you address the attitude the person is putting up, every attitude is a product of something. So don't just look at the fruit the person is putting out, look at what is inspiring that fruit. That's what behavioral science, and those are some of the things Film for Impact, is indulging in when it's engaging filmmakers and beginning to train. Those are some of the things, the lines we train along, so we understand this stuff very well and know how to address it. Okay, at this point, I want to hear from Jasmine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jasmine's turn.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody, once again. Okay, I just wanted to put in a few points. Every point everybody has made is valid, but I just wanted to put in that as filmmakers, we are like the gatekeepers of bringing things out there. The way we tell our stories also helps to bring changes. I mean, we've all spoken about how boys are not being they're not being taught well from the family. The values should be inculcated in them in schools. But as filmmakers, I think that we should also tell different angles of these stories. Like what I did for my film was that I brought out what the society says about girls, indecent dressing and all. And it's so annoying, because why would you tell me because I'm wearing a short dress, that's why I deserve to be raped? You're telling me that a guy, because a boy is a boy, men will always be men, that's why there's every tendency for him to rape me. I think all these things, basically, when we are shooting our movies, our short films, our monologues, I think we should also include that the society has a very big role to play. The boys should be taught. It just like my monologue, teach the boys not to stare. Don't teach me what to wear. I shouldn't be told what to wear. I mean, I shouldn't dress like a madman on the road, obviously. But I mean, it shouldn't be a criteria for me to be saying, oh, this girl deserves to be raped because she was wearing this. Because it brings me down to the point that the 2-year-old that was raped, what was she possibly wearing? Is it the diaper? Was the diaper sexy? Was it that? Like, I just really want to understand the rationale behind this. So I just feel like as filmmakers, we still, the power still lies in our hands. And when we're like, telling these stories, we should include all parties, not just the girls, not just showing how the girl was raped. We should include how the boy thought, what he was thinking of, because there's some people that they're actually psychopaths, and you'll be very shocked at what some people are thinking about. I went to the bank, to the ATM 2 days ago, and then a guy in my front, he was watching porn. I was like, oh my God, in broad daylight on the road. I was so disappointed. So my point still goes back to the fact that as filmmakers, we should include all views, what the boy is thinking about, what the girl is wearing, whatever, irrespective of what she's wearing, what the society will see about it as well. And also the after effect of rape, like pregnancy, suicide, and all of that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jasmine. That was very, very solid. Very, very solid.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, so
can I add to what Jasmine said?
So we'll take Femi, take Femi, take Techno, P, and then Mena. Okay, so let's start with Femi.
Can I go on? All right.
Yeah, Femi.
So from what Jasmine said, talking about why people have to watch or why people have to pick up the action, rape. So one of the points I made mention, in my end script on the thing was the urge. When people have urge to, not just about rape, people have urge to do violent things. People have urge to go in the corrupt way. So I think people need to, and urge, has something to, in relation with our mind. People need to address the urge in their heart. We might probably have seen examples of some things, that probably give you the admonitions to create such urge in your heart. But basically, I think people should there is need to control, there is need for a control, to caution, what the urge is. If you have an urge to go about maybe the corrupt way, I think you just need to put in some controls. People need to put in some controls. And then basically our content.
But there are some people that can't control themselves. Like there are some people that is actually their mental health. Like they can't help it.
Okay, then people need to seek help.
Aside the control, aside this stuff, aside you having the bro, sorry, bro, I want to say something to her. You talked about you should teach. I saw your preview too. You said teach the boys. Don't teach me what to wear. Teach the boys not to stare. Right?
Yeah, that's Jasmine. Yes.
Yes, that's what you said. Now I want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen somebody? I know. I'm not trying to go against what you said. But I'm trying to make you understand what you're saying. Have you ever seen somebody carrying a sum of 1 million naira in a transparent bag before?
No.
Why do you think they don't do that?
Because I know that they are going to steal from me.
Thank you very much. Aside there being psychopaths who probably are keen on destroying people's lives, please, most times let's talk about what we wear at times. Yes, they are psychopaths. You can't compare the mindset of a boy or a young man who is seeing a lady's pants from her trousers. Or who is seeing something, and a man who is built on a stupid mindset that he wants to rape a child.
Yes, my point. No, my point.
Wait. Now let me finish.
Control our mindset. My point.
Calm
What
down
I'm driving at is that there are some people that yes, like they're psychopaths. It's a thing of the mind. It's like saying a madman. You're telling him to control what he's thinking about. You're telling him to control how he's attacking people. It's not so possible.
You don't get my point. You don't get my point. I said I'm going by your statement. Wherever you said, teach them. Don't teach me what to wear. Teach them not to stare. That word alone now brought up my own topic to give to you, and I said,
okay,
have you seen somebody carrying?
What's the challenge with that phrase? Teach the boys not to
So
stare.
it's actually
Exactly.
okay to.
That phrase alone.
I think
that phrase
I think that phrase.
that phrase alone.
Hello, I think that phrase. We cannot condemn that phrase totally
No, I am
like
not.
that.
I am not. No, bro. No. Don't go
All
there.
right,
I'm not
all right.
condemning.
Oh, no. I understand
I
now.
only
Yeah.
told her something. I said, if I've ever seen somebody carrying the sum of 1 million naira in a transparent bag,
Yes,
is it possible?
like I get
I
you.
think
That's
I
what
like
you
what.
don't understand.
I
You
think
don't
I.
get the fact
Please
that
now,
I get.
please. Let me finish.
Okay, order. But
right.
guess what? I like this conversation. I like this conversation because I mean we should have a lot more of this kind of conversations because they help us position. Now I know the point that Jasmine is making, and her point is very, very valid because the guys can use the ladies dressing an alibi to act wrongly.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
That
I know that's your point.
Wouldn't dress
Yes.
like a mad person on the road.
Yes,
So all those people that will now intentionally,
point,
want to.
Hold on, Jasmine. Hold on, Jasmine.
Hold on,
Jasmine.
Your point is very valid.
Hold on, Anthony. Now, I'm saying that I know what Jasmine is saying, and that point is valid. You can't use because of the lady's stare. You can't take that her dressing as an alibi to act wrongly. That's what Jasmine is trying to say. Okay, and also what Anthony is trying to emphasize too, like the illustration he gave, is that the reason people don't carry $1 million on a transparent bag is that you don't want to be vulnerable.
Vulnerability.
To attack. Do you get? So both points are valid. And when we say let's balance our conversation, it's actually a balanced conversation. So the balanced conversation is don't teach me what to wear. Teach the boys not to stare. That is valid. But when you flip the coin, like there's something I always do. Before I accuse people of a wrong they did to me, I will always want to look for my wrong first. I always want to find my fault. So if I find my fault and address my fault, then I can now, in other words, I've taken the log from my eye, then I can now take the speck from other people's eye. Because now in behavioral science, right, there's something we've learned in behavioral science. One of the things we've learned is this: you need to learn to make it easier for people to do what you want them to do. The right act you want people to correct, you need to find a way to make it easier for them to correct it. For instance, dealing with corruption in Nigeria, like someone rightly mentioned here, if you are facing a police officer, for instance, who is trying to collect something from you, it's not enough to tell that Nigerian, that citizen, don't give bribe, don't give bribe. What are the alternatives you are providing? What are the guides? We know the person should not give bribe. We know the person should not do this. We know the person should not do that. But what are you doing to help the person? I give you an example. Film for Impact Foundation, for instance, what we do basically is this: we make films to create social change. And one of such films is the movie Van President. Now, we also seek a way to train and support filmmakers who are socially conscious, who want to make that kind of film. Now, why do we do the B part? The B part is because some of the filmmakers, they are passion driven, they have all it takes, they want to do it. Like some of you have already ventured into doing something, but they may not be able to have some XYZ facility. They may not be able to access some people they want to access. So we're trying to see how we can be the middle to try to link it. And that's also why we set up the Africa Film for Impact Festival. Now, what is that going to do? That will help that filmmaker who might be challenged in making social conscious film, because you need to be truthful to yourself. Sometimes socially conscious films are not same, they don't get you same financial results with commercial films. That's the truth. Now, it doesn't mean you can't strike a balance. You can strike a very good balance. You can make a film that is socially conscious and financially viable, but sometimes it's not always like that, and you need to tell yourself that truth. So, but to encourage people who want to do this, some kind of little help and support and all that could be a lead, could help. Same thing, the moment you say the boys should not stare, That is very true. But I come back to myself. I also tell myself, don't provoke.
Yeah.
Because if you're provoking and you say don't stare, it might be a problem. Okay, so
Sir,
this is the balance. So both points are valid.
Sir, can I say something on that point, sir?
Can
I say something? Can I say something there, sir?
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Can I say something there, sir?
Okay, is that Philip?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Philip. Mena has always wanted to talk. Let me hear from Mena first.
Okay, sir.
So Mena, speak.
It's my I ended on sex violence against men. Now, when we talk about domestic violence, it's not just about physical abuse.
Mena, your audio is not good.
Yeah, the audio, yeah.
Okay,
Mena, your audio is not good.
All right, sir. Can I say something, sir?
Hello, sir.
Can I say something, sir?
No. Just hold on. Mena,
you
your
hear
audio
me?
better.
Yeah,
wow.
Mena, your audio is cracking. It's not good. Let's hear Philip. Let's take from Philip. Your audio is not good.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, Philip. Let me hear from Philip first.
Yeah. You, sir, you said something recently on your behavior.
Okay.
And I think that is what people do not understand now. That the behavior starts from the behavior. It consists of three things: the way you feel, the way you act, and the way you think. So
Yeah.
I guess we have treated the aspect of the way you think. But the aspect of, I'm sorry to go back to what the lady said concerning teach the boy not to steal or this and that. I think that we should help ourselves in the sense that there's a way that people feel, when the thought comes, it reacts, it comes it comes as a spark of a feeling in you. Then the next thing is it comes as an action. So, like you said, we trick the mind, but also we should not do something that will stimulate the feeling, because most of those things cannot be controlled sometimes. That is why we have behavioral science like this. So, and one of those things to curb these behaviors, of this, how do I put it now, these social depravatives now, to curb all these things, is that if we are forgetting the aspect of penalty. There's a way penalty and there's a way of punishment can, curb behavior in us. So as a filmmaker too, I understand our part, but as the part of the government also, or let me say the part of the judiciary sector, needs to work out fine now. Because if as a police officer or as a rapist, when you truly understand and it is being effected that you try an attempt, even an attempt to rape can land you 70 years imprisonment, it will curb that mindset. But once you have seen environments that anything can happen, even now, even recently, the Yahoo boys now are thinking that now it is fine that everyone can fraud anybody, because even the EFCC boss now is the fraudster too. So everyone has, there's a leverage, and there's nothing being done on to that kind of person. There's nothing done. It's not the guy is being freed now, and everyone just be like, okay, fine. So if there is no, punishment or penalty to curb these things, and that we wash the mind of people regarding these things we talk about, I don't think that this thing might be truly solved. That is why in my short film,
Can I say something?
Can be given 50 years imprisonment. Then I think the police officers will be better.
Sir, can I say something?
All right.
I would like to say something.
Hold on. First, I need to start bringing this meeting to a close. Okay. I wish we had all the time.
I've not talked about my entry, sir.
So who is talking?
I've not talked about my entry.
That's Ajala, right?
Yes, sir.
Ajala, I'll come to you. So see what I'll do. I need this particular section, right? Where hopefully we're going to have more talks, more sections. But for now, I will need to start bringing this to a close. Okay, so I will just want Ajala. Ajala, just introduce.
All right, sir. Sir, I want to say something.
Okay.
I don't think I'll be able to take more now. So I'll just get Ajala. Ajala, introduce yourself and.
All right. Thank you very much.
Then Kingsley will just say a word.
Yeah. My name is Ajala Isaac. So, inspiration behind my entry actually is the rape stuff. In fact, I won't lack words to describe my when we did a short film based on a true life story of somebody close to my friend. And then apart from that, I've heard like people share their story with me of how they've been abused sexually. And I would like to talk about the aspect of when we say the girls should not, how do we put it, should dress well. Now, there is nothing we can use to justify the act of rape, actually. I have a friend who shared a story with me of how she has her uncle who has been abusing her right from the age of 12. Now, a 12 years old girl, she has always been abused from 12 to like 15. Grew up with that stuff in her mind. And then it's just crazy. It's just so crazy. And then what the rapist that people that rape people, what they don't think about is the stigma. Like they just enjoy it for some minutes and that's all. And for the girl, it's for a lifetime. It's for a lifetime. And at times the pains, it's not all pains that get healed. And for some of the girls, it doesn't heal at all. It's just there forever. The scar is there, the stigma is there, and
yes.
So
all right, Isaac.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank
Oh
you
my
very much.
God,
Thank
you spoke my mind.
Jasmine, you're a troublemaker.
Oh, thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Isaac.
Hold on, guys.
Now.
Okay. See
see
what's going to happen, right? Trust me, if we want to run this conversation, we're not going to exhaust the conversation, but we have to bring this particular section to a close. I just want to feed us a few of this information. Okay, so we go with. Now, first of all, what we've shared here, trust me, I don't think I've heard one invalid conversation or invalid contribution. This thing does not just stop in contributing, it doesn't stop in saying. It would take, these things would take time. It's not going to happen suddenly. So we must be patient with change, but we must be consistent in putting out something there. Now to help create that change. Everything is possible, if not just you believe, but you take action. So taking action is very important, and that's one of the reasons we're doing what we're doing currently. Now, I want to state, like I said before, Film for Impact, what we do basically is to make films to change, and then Film for Impact has a fellowship. It's called the Film for Impact Fellowship. It's a fellowship of filmmakers who drive social change using film. It's across the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria, where it's established in each of the zones. Currently, it has 120 fellows, though we're doing some form of revalidations because we're trying to strengthen a lot of things about the fellowship. Now, the fellowship is that community where real filmmakers who are committed to social change come together and begin to create content. In other words, you are a giant creating content for social change, right? So after the Raise a Voice challenge that will be happening Saturday, we'll be doing a training this year. So you still see another, an opening, not really a challenge now, but an opening will soon come out where it will be an entry into where Script to Screen Africa is actually pioneered by Film for Impact Foundation and High Definition Film Studio. So Script to Screen, Film for Impact will be calling for new entries. Socially conscious filmmakers who want to be trained and then supported by the fellowship. It's a community of filmmakers. So when you hear that call, just continue to keep tabs with the Instagram, the social media handles. And please, if you know you are not following yet, I think you should. And I believe everybody here should be. I believe you are. then also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, so also friends who are socially conscious, you can let them know that this will be coming up. So entries will come in to call for socially conscious filmmakers that will be trained and then engaged, in making socially conscious film. And then if you go to the page, you would have known about Africa Film for Impact Festival. That festival was supposed to hold May this year, but the pandemic took it off. So what we're doing on Saturday is just like a special online version of the festival, just an online version, a 2-hour version of it where your films will be screening. So we would really encourage you to also help us spread the word. As much as we're spreading across social media platforms and other media platforms, you would do a great deal. I mean, when someone wants to come and watch your stuff, they would come. If they don't come for any reason, they will come because of you. So I'll be looking at Jasmine. Jasmine will be bringing like 20 people, to come and watch her rape stuff. And so each and every one of us will really encourage you, at least say between 10 to 20 people, encourage them to be a part of it. And we'll also, like, if you have maybe their Instagram handles, you can send it across to us. So we'll also be able to send them direct messages, with their Instagram handles. So that 20 people you want to join, I know you can get up to 100. Like if you have up to 20 you want, you can send it to us. We would send them messages directly from Film for Impact, inviting them to join us on the online festival. The idea is that a lot of people watch what you produce, watch what you're showing up, hear your conversation, and then award also will be happening on that day for the best monologue and the best short film. I'm sure the winner of that best monologue is watching me right now. The winner of the best short film is watching me right now. And also the runners-up are also watching me right now.
Yes.
But beyond that, I'm more interested in you. I'm more interested in finding you as a socially conscious filmmaker than winning what is really 50K. But 50K na money, especially in this pandemic. It will solve some things. It will solve some pandemic things. But beyond this, it is. But beyond this, there's something bigger we're achieving. And what we're achieving is that we are actually contributing our voices to the conversation. Nothing can pay for that. So I will encourage every one of you. So key into the festival, engage as many people as you can to join us on the festival. We'll be sending a link to you. We send them the link to be able to join us. So once again, I want to thank every one of you for joining.
Thank you, sir.
I want to thank every one of you.
Thank you, sir.
I want to thank every one of you for joining this chat. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
Invite you can to be a part of the online festival. So see you on Saturday by 5 p.m. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for our contributions.
Bye, everyone.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. How do we leave now?